The moment your child feels excluded by your partner's family, what should you do? Let's break down why ignoring this can harm your relationship and why addressing it early sets the tone for mutual respect. Let's get into it.
Allen&Eve here to help you believe
that marriage is not a game.
Talk to him, girl. What up, though, everybody? Let's get it started. How y'all doing? What's up, my people? What up, though? I love y'all. Man, this is the Allen&Eve podcast. Welcome, Buttercup.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good today.
Good? Fine.
I'm doing the same as the last video we just did.
I gotta constantly check in. I don't know. I just gotta see, you know. He's like, all right, you already asked it. Oh, hey.
No. You good. No, I appreciate it.
Keep asking. I'm gonna keep asking. Keep on. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this video. Y'all know what it is. We talking about blended families, baby. We on that blended stuff. Because a lot of y'all going through it. A lot of y'all going to be in a blended family. Y'all don't want to be with your current spouse that y'all had children with, so you going to leave and go with somebody else.
Right.
You're blended, baby. Let's stop blending stuff. Let me tell you about one incident that's going to happen. Let's talk about it. The title of this podcast is going to be Why They Leave Your Child Out. Family red flags you can't ignore. I'm a pass it to my wife and let her break it down to y'all.
Yeah, let's get into a little example here. So you are taking your child to meet your new spouses. You are dating. You're taking your child to meet your spouse's family. You know, you all are coming together. They also have a child. So maybe this family that you're coming into is only used to being having one child to deal with. But you have maybe two children, or one. Either way, you all go and the family are just being normal. This is how they treat this child. This is their normal dynamics with the child. But I think that they neglect to acknowledge your child. Like they don't include your child, and then your child is like getting upset because they can feel love. They can feel, they know what it feels like to be left out and not included. So I think that should be addressed immediately, in my opinion. I don't think it should be something that you wait. I'm not saying make a scene, because I need to make that clear. I'm not saying cuss somebody out and be like, my child has rights here and stuff. Like, no. But I think that, having an open and honest conversation and pointing it out to your spouse right away, and communicating that with your spouse. Hey, do you see this? Because I know you see it. I definitely see it, because this is my child. She over here crying. We need to do something about this, because I don't want this to continue to happen. Now, let me tell you what is going to happen if you don't address it. It's going to keep happening, because maybe they don't even know that they did it. Sometimes people are just being natural, and they're not being aware of the other children involved.
Somebody like they're aware. They just don't care.
And that too.
Okay, let's get into how the
I'm trying to be positive today, but I could be the pessimistic Patty that I've been for these last videos.
How children notice exclusion. Let's talk about that. So do you feel like the children would notice that?
Of course they notice it. I just said the person was crying. Yes, they see like you see.
All the children, every child.
I don't know about all the child. Probably not the child that's getting all the attention. Nah, they don't see nothing.
I said exclusion. So.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, yeah, they see it. When they're sitting there not being included.
Even when it's subtle, the child would notice that subtle.
What is subtle
exclusion.
To you?
I was just throwing that out. I don't know. I don't know what's subtle. I mean, I don't know, girl.
Okay, well, don't ask me a question. You can't give me an example. I don't know.
Or
okay, nah. Kids love candy, so if you just sitting, that's even worse. That's not subtle at all. Like, I got this bag of candy. Only you want some? Like, come on now. No, come up with something a little bit better than that.
I can't think of nothing right now.
Okay, I can. What about taking photos? Hey, let's take photos.
Okay. So you already knew. You already had something.
No. I was giving you a chance to give me an example, but I'm just speaking from my experience. I don't know why you looking to the side. You was there. So anyways, I mean, I like to put myself in this position. I like to talk about, I don't want to make it seem like to people we just talking about other people's situations. No, we've been through a lot. And again, this is not to like throw people under the bus, but it is to make people aware, because maybe you're that person that's leaving somebody's child out. Maybe you didn't know, you didn't mean it like that. That wasn't your intentions, but we have to be aware of the children. And I want to make people aware of, like, if you're seeing this red flag, you and the spouse need to discuss it right away, because if you don't, it will continue to happen. And then it'll get to the point where the person don't want to be bothered at all or expose their children to that type of treatment.
So okay, let's get into the next one, talking about the importance.
You skip right past that real fast, like, moving on.
Well, you almost got into this one, the importance of the immediate acknowledgement.
The importance of it, right, is to
acknowledge.
Right, you have to acknowledge it. You have to make your spouse aware, because the thing is your spouse seeing it just like you seen it, and if they're not seeing it as an issue, then you need to make it known to them that it is an issue for you, because maybe they don't feel as connected or as emotional about it because it's not their child experiencing it. So you need to pull them in and explain to them, you see my child over here crying, going through something, feel upset, feel left out. This can't keep happening. Because who wants to expose their child to that? That feels to a child lack of love, lack of, that's not okay. Especially for children who are not used to that. They're used to being included wherever I take them. Wherever I take my children, they're included. It's no lack of love feeling there. So if my child is feeling sad because they're being left out, this is not something I'm willing to continue on with. So in the beginning, you have to acknowledge that, because that can damage the relationship, and I don't think you should move forward with marriage if that is not addressed.
And so you believe that if you see something, you should say something instead of waiting for your spouse to say something.
I believe like Amazon. If you see something, you say something, okay? I really do.
So you think that you should step in and you should say something to your spouse's family?
Well, I originally thought that, that's their family. They should handle that.
Once you tell them.
Once you let them know. But now I kind of feel like maybe you should address it. Maybe you should pull the person aside and let them know what's going on and what happened to your child, and express you and your child. Speak for your child on their behalf, not go through this third party to try to tell them, and maybe they didn't say anything right away. Maybe it's 3 months or 3 years later, and everybody like, why you ain't been saying something? We ain't know, or whatever the situation is.
We ain't know.
Right. So I think that addressing it right away is so important, because if you don't, again, it'll continue to happen intentionally or unintentionally, But at least if you address it and you say it, and you expose whatever you think you're exposing in this situation, which is the lack of involvement with your child.
Right.
Because to me, the way I was raised, and again, sometimes it's the way people raised. My mother or my grandmother or my family members never treated any child differently.
Right.
In my opinion, when I think we all was treated the same. If somebody got some money or we all got money, it wasn't just somebody over here just without, or a lack of love, or sitting over to the side and everybody else enjoying themselves, No, that's not how we do it. So why would I then expose my children to something that's outside of what my expectation of love is for them? I won't do it.
What? So how should you handle it? If you need to bring it up to your spouse.
I don't even think I answered the question. I went somewhere
really
totally different. Okay, so let me answer the question. I think that you should discuss it with your spouse first, okay? And you let them know what happened, how you feel. And if they are comfortable with you bringing it up to maybe y'all all should sit down and have a conversation together. Because everybody's family member, your family member well, I know mine. I know if someone can go to my uncle and say something, how he might take it. Or I'm assuming how he might take it. So I would say, maybe that's not the best idea, because it may not come out right. I know I'm a person that speak with passion and emotion, and I might not come off right to people all the time. I know I don't, because people have told me that, and I'm okay with that. So I'm not going to necessarily change, because I really can't change it. I have been trying to change it. Ain't nothing changed. I done prayed, cried, and everything. I'm still the same. But so I got to bring it to you. But the problem with bringing it to you is now I'm putting you kind of in it anyway, but I'm putting you in it and I'm expecting you to say it and break it down in the way I would. And maybe you didn't. So now it's still an issue. But what do you think? Do you think it's appropriate for people to speak up and say something, or should their spouse handle their own family?
Yeah, it definitely depends on their attitude and their maturity. If they're a little rough around the edges, yeah, like, hey, I got this. I'm gonna handle my family.
But when you mean by maturity, what do you mean about by
they
maturity?
Might snap. They
like
might
cussing
say,
your
yeah,
parents
they might,
out?
Right, they might say certain words. They might get a little ghetto with it. You like, hold on, chill.
No. Let's not pick and choose when you like the ghetto in them. I'm just saying, because you pick the person, you want to be with the person. Now you trying to control the ghetto in them? No, let the ghetto on out.
Let's be respectful. No, let's be respectful. Let's not take the ghetto out. Let's not leave it in the can. Leave it in the can, the bowl, whatever.
I agree.
Calm down. But right, if you bring it to your spouse, right, give it like if you say something and they didn't say nothing the first time you brought it up, hey, then you tell them again. They don't say. Then okay, cool. I told you. Now it's my turn to step in.
Wait. To me, that's way too many times. Meanwhile, the child is still going through his suffering. Like at this point,
maybe once. Nah, because you gotta get the benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe twice you told them.
But why do we have to do that? Like, what can't you comprehend about this?
Maybe they're just a little bit passive. Maybe
okay, well, then I'm gonna have to pass you up and have this conversation, because while you talking about you passive, again, the child is still being treated the same. Would you be that child?
No,
would you be that passive regarding your own child? That's the question.
Maybe if they are passive, they might be a passive.
That's for you or your child, but it ain't gonna be for mine.
I'm just saying they just need some time.
Hey.
Because sometimes they never stood up to their parents, so now they need time to.
Why you saying like that?
Maybe they didn't stand. Maybe they never stood up to their parents.
Why you say stood up to them?
All right, like said something, spoke out.
It don't have to be standing up to them, because that sound kind of like I gotta stand up. I gotta be a man out here. Like ain't nobody saying that, but you should be able to communicate with your parents. If my mama did something, I'm going straight to my mama, and we just gonna be hollering over each other. Okay,
your communication style, but the other person might not have.
So that means scoot on out the way, because I got that. Then I got it. Then if you can't communicate, you don't know how to. You don't know how to stand up. I'm gonna stand up for the both of us. Okay, all three of us. Okay.
First of all, it might not go right.
Well, it's going better than what you doing, which is nothing. And then it makes it worse 2 or 3 times. How many times in between? And not a family member's like, why you didn't been bringing this up? This is like 2 years later. This is 3 months later. Why didn't you say anything? Tell me, I was passively thinking about it. Like, what? I love having.
Can we just give them can we just say that maybe one time tell them,
okay,
happen again, okay, I'm gonna have to step in because you haven't said anything yet. Let's move it along. People's feelings are getting hurt, and I don't like seeing my child like that. Okay, of course, you can communicate to your spouse like that, but
I would say don't take your child around until it's addressed. Period.
That's another thing.
I think that's a great idea. I'm giving you time, but don't expect me to expose my child to whatever is going on until you address it. And then if you address it and it happens again, to me, that's blatantly disrespectful, but it could be. I don't know about the whole people need time to adjust. I mean, people say that. I don't know. Maybe that is a real thing for people. It could be. But until you adjust, I'm going to just, opt out. What?
Nothing.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with opting out until you feel like you adjusted to treat kids the same?
All right. No. Hey, I understand that because y'all supposed to be working together as a partnership, and it's difficult and it's sensitive when it comes to children,
right? Because
some people notice things that other people don't. If it's your own child, you notice it.
I bet you do. Yeah, you see everything when it's your child, and that's the sad part about it.
Right.
You see everything, when it's your child, but when it's your spouse's child or a stepchild, you don't see nothing. You over here blind. You don't see nothing. I don't know what's going on. Like, no, that's not okay.
What is that?
And then that becomes an issue because why don't you? That ain't right.
No.
That is not right. Like, I don't know. If y'all going down that route, y'all need to halt and stop. Do not pass go. Do not get married. And that's the place y'all in. No, y'all need to work this out, figure this out. If it don't get better, I wouldn't suggest you move on with marriage and it's like that. They don't know how to communicate with their family. The family don't know how to communicate with kids. Like,
so, okay, after you address it and then something else happened, is that a point where you just stop bringing your kids around?
I would say so.
Because what if it's an accident? Like, what if it so you don't believe no accidents happen with families?
Give me an example of an accident. Because if you just said you explained this to them in detail and then you said that
that's right, and then something else totally different happened, but you
but it's the same concept of leaving a child out. I mean, how more clear can you get of that? If you're playing a game with the child, I'm gonna just say that if you playing a game with the child, at least offer. I think that if somebody offered and the child say, no, I'm okay, that's great because they chose that. But to just be playing a game like, yeah, we having so much fun over there. Look over at the child like, yeah, we doing a good job. Like you see the child over there just sitting there by themselves and you not trying to engage. And my thing is when people say, we got to have time to get to know them, how do you get to know them and you're not engaging with them? That makes zero sense to me. So I think that try to engage or not. It's okay if you don't want to. It's okay if you're just wanting to give all the attention to this one child because that's what you're used to doing. But make that known. So give the person the option to expose their child or not. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, would you expose your child? Like, you cool with that? Like, what? Let me know.
No, Buttercup. I think you're right. You should address stuff to your spouse.
To the spouse now. That ain't what I said. I said
I know what you said. I know.
I said you need to address it right there.
Like, right, you should.
You need to stand up like, hey, no, just what.
So you think any don't matter where y'all at, you think you should pull that person, family member to the side? Like, hey, I think that's a little disrespectful. Why can't you invite my child to go camping with y'all or something?
Camping? Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
You went to the extreme. Like, I don't even know you like that.
Camping?
Camping, ain't nobody going no camping. I don't even know you. I'm not sending my child no camping. Let's break it down do a little something.
That's your spouse.
A game. Let's keep it on the game. Let's keep it on the game. Let's keep it on watching a movie or getting some popcorn while you watching.
All right, going to the movies or something.
Something like that. You talking about camping? I don't know what you gonna do to my child. I don't know what's going on with that.
But what if it's a girly movie, and you have a son, and the partner has a daughter, but they only think they should invite, your partner's
so you saying it's just a girl's day?
Right.
Then it would be just that. That's what is known. It's communicated.
But
this is a girl's day.
Okay,
the child decide. Then you take the child and be unsad. How about that? I'm saying if it's a girl's day for them. Explain that will happen in life. The girls go do girl stuff. The boys go do boy stuff. Let's go do some boy stuff. I mean, it's some simple resolutions to these issues, not just like, it's the girls' day. I don't know what you're going to do. Come on. Like, let's get it together. Like, let's do some critical thinking here,
So guys,
go ahead.
We hope
you always look stressed out by the end of the video. Go ahead.
Oh, excuse me. We hope y'all understand that it's a lot to be in a blended family.
Was that 5 already? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Somewhat, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We hope that y'all understand it's a lot that goes into being a blended family. You don't just have to deal with the children; you have to deal with the extended family of your spouse. So that's a lot, and you got to navigate what to say, how to say it. Should I say something or shouldn't I say? Should I leave it to my spouse? If you've never been through a situation, it's difficult, it's stressful, and it will put a lot of stress on your marriage. We're bringing this topic up. We're talking about this to let y'all know, hey, this is something to think about and make y'all aware before y'all have to go through it, or just having wisdom and knowledge just to connect the dots on what should I do. Don't take it personal sometimes, or if your spouse is taking too long, maybe you should be like, hey, I'm going to handle it, or I'm going to remove my child before I see my child upset. So, right. Is there anything you want to add, Buttercup?
Especially if it happens multiple times. I think that's why, again, I'm stressing the importance of addressing it. You're not waiting too long, not saying you leaving it up to your spouse. You need to be actively making sure that this is handled. To protect the full dynamic. It's not just protecting your child, it's protecting and addressing and having open communication with your spouse's family from the beginning so everybody could be on the same page. It's not about, I gotta hurry up and say something because I'm against them because they did this. No, it's about trying to have communication with everybody, having an open communication to just express what's going on so that everybody can know what's going on. Now, what they do, whatever they do from there is their decision, but at least it was communicated.
Thank you, y'all, for joining us. We appreciate it. We love that. If y'all made it this far, come on, subscribe, like the video, download the podcast. Y'all know what it is, the Allen&Eve podcast. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
2 deuces, baby.
I'm looking at y'all at the beginning and then at the end. That's it. Marriage is not a game.